In this video, you will learn how the Basic Work Centers Constraints table is structured, how to customize the look of the Basic Work Centers Constraints table, and how to fill out the Basic Work Centers Constraints table properly. How is the Basic Work Centers Constraints table structured? In the Work Centers Constraints worksheet, you define available times for each of your work centers or production lines in a given range of time buckets. How to customize the look of the Basic Work Centers Constraints table. When you click on the Build Template button, all the data in the Basic Work Centers Constraints worksheet are deleted, and column headers are copied from the dictionary. In case you are not satisfied with the look or the names of your columns, you can change them by modifying the contents and the formats of the corresponding cells in the dictionary. To accomplish this, click on the Dictionary Page tab. In the filter, select Basic Work Centers Constraints worksheet. Modify cells in the Headers and Values column by changing background color, font, alignment, text, and the rest of the formatting parameters. In order changes to take effect, go back to the Work Centers Constraints worksheet. And click on the Build Template button. How to fill out the Basic Work Centers Constraints table properly. Work Centers Constraints template can be generated automatically on a basis of two inputs: a list of work centers or production lines which is extracted from the Basic Work Centers and SKUs table, and a range of time buckets. Before you start building this table, make sure you have the right data in the Work Centers and SKUs worksheet. Then, click on the Build Template button. As a result, a Build Work Centers Constraints dialog pops up. In the dialog, select the type of the time buckets in the range. Specify parameters of the initial time bucket. Enter the number of buckets. And finally, give default values to the time constraints. Note that time constraints must be defined in the same time units of measure your production rates are defined in. For example, if you define your production rates in the Work Centers and SKUs table in pieces per hour, your time constraints, or available times, must be defined also in hours. To start the template generation process, click OK. As you can see, for each time bucket, a set of work centers or production lines is created. To add another range of time buckets, just click on the Add button. Pick the type of time buckets. Define the initial time bucket, resize the range. Specify the default values, and click OK. It's perfectly acceptable to keep available times defined for time buckets of different types in the Work Centers Constraints table. You can change time constraints values at any time. To avoid troubles later on, try not to leave blanks in the time bucket ID, or Work Center column. It's also not recommended to enter negative or non-numeric values. Or to leave blank cells in the time constraints column. To change automatically generated time bucket IDs, and to alter Work Centers names. By any means, try not to leave gaps in the table. If you'd like to clear the contents of a block of cells, it's better to delete the rows instead. Thanks for watching. You can check out planning-tools.net website and Planning Tools channel on YouTube for more videos.